welcome all of you to Nissan Stadium on the banks of the Cumberland River in downtown Nashville, Tennessee. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Minnesota Vikings and the Tennessee Titans. The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. Pulls it in at the 13. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive. And he'll get a few yards here to the 34. This defense for the Vikings, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field.
And now the ball's out, fumble near midfield. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. These defenses have become so opportunistic, and no matter what you're playing, in this case wide receiver, you got to be careful.
You certainly do, because there is a phrase in today's football that we use all the time: completing the process of the catch. Well, it's after you do that where the trouble begins, right? Meaning you've tucked it away, you're trying to get downfield, but someone's always coming up trying to rake at the ball and knock it free.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
To throw on 2nd down, Knight. A quick throw here, that's complete. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. A nice throw right there. And Charles, this is game number 2 in the NFL for this young rookie. His guys getting the victory last week, and he played pretty well by most accounts. Curious, what did you see?
I saw something similar to what you described, Brandon, because I saw a guy who looked the part, a guy who was in command. Not just with the touchdown passes, but definitely looked to be in control of the offense as well. And you and I both know that's often uncommon for a rookie quarterback.
And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
But that's not an easy play for a defensive end, because most of his responsibility has him getting upfield and working, but how about his vision to see where the play was going? Crash down, and
pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down. The sack by Harold Landry, the former Boston College Eagle. A few issues here on the offensive line. Apparently, he got sacked 5 times last week. They got to him here in the first quarter.
And I would think that running the ball would be paramount here, because it's a different team they're facing, but they've watched the film as well. So they'll take many of those same principles and try and apply them in this game to see if they fixed what was wrong with them in the last game. They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that tuck rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And this one will wind up being down just outside of that 20-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about, what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
And Daniil Hunter, he's the one who gets in there and brings him down to the ground.
And this is what you've got. It and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
Tough spot for Willis and the Titans, now facing 3rd and long following the sack. Back to throw here. And the open receiver, it's Robert Woods. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. Willis will look to throw on 1st down. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. The Titans had 0-1 on the year following the loss in the opener. And listen, they knew last week they were in for a tough fight on the road, but now here's the home opener and a chance to get things right.
And I like the way that you presented that, because the bottom line is they didn't come out of that loss discouraged. They just came home and said, hey, if we do what we're supposed to do, protect our home turf, we'll be just fine.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Right back to the air again with Willis. Then he's got the hook up here. It's Woods. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
So 2nd and 4 from the 22. 2nd down, here's Willis. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Lewis Seen, and the Vikings are going to take over at their own 2-yard line.
And Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
And he's able to get this across the 10 before being taken down. Trying to escape the shadow of their goalpost. That helped. 10 yards, 1st down.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And that is incomplete.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
The threat of a 2nd straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. It's Roger McCreary with a pick, and he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, what a response by that defensive unit, Charles, because they just saw their offense throw the interception. They come out there, not only get an interception of their own, but they take it back for a touchdown.
I won't sing it because no one wants to hear that. Perhaps, in every case of anything you can do, I can do better between these defenses. A lot of people came to expect the offense to light this game up, but so far, the defenses are stealing the show.
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. It's their 3rd drive now, and so far we've seen a punt, and that 2nd drive, CD, they turned the ball over, so not the start that they were envisioning.
Yeah, they've been ineffective so far, but look, they've worked on a game plan all week long. Don't get away from it too soon. Find find a way to get some significant gains, loosen up, get going, and then they should be okay the rest of the way.
Tackled by Christian Fulton. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Operating from the gun. Knight. Looking middle, and that's complete. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Back to throw. Knight. Over the middle, complete. It's Cook. And he will have a Vikings 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. And sometimes that option can get bogged down before the gears really even get into motion, and I think that's what we saw there.
And I think what he saw defensive end right in his face because he looked up and he was right there. Didn't even have a chance to get going.
And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. Close there. He caught it, just wasn't able to stay in bounds.
And that's where the sideline, it was used as a 12th defender. You know, 11's legal. This one is an imaginary one that my college coach used to call Sammy Sideline. Sammy Sideline can protect you at times, and in this case, that's exactly what he did for the defenders.
They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And they've got themselves a 7-0 lead here, but that, you recall, was a defensive touchdown, so still nothing as of yet for this offense.
Well, they're happy to have the lead. We got to cut them a little bit of slack. It's still early enough, just a couple of drives so far, but if this one goes nowhere...
He's got him in, complete! A big play there on the catch and run, and even 80 yards. We know he's good at catching the football, but then after the catch, he's got escapability.
Not only that, he's got some toughness as well, because you know he's coached very hard to make sure he battles through, breaks tackles, and then they finish with, but don't fumble the football.
Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation.
Go!
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And he gets in. Touchdown, Tennessee. Robert Woods halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50. And the Titans are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Thornberry, up and good. It's now 14-0. Is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Looking to throw on second down. Knight. Going to throw right side here. Complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it because he knows he's going through the briar patch, as I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through all that traffic, and people want to put a little contact on it. Really well done.
First down, here's the run with Cook. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. Second down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Off play action. Knight sliding out of the pocket. To the right side and complete to Jefferson. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 15-yard line. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half. But the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them off the scoreboard here.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Knight. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard. And the Titans are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7.
And when a team advances as far as they did, got over the 50-yard line, don't you think that drive deserved a better ending? I think he needs to get with his coaches on the sidelines, make some immediate adjustments, and that's what you do. You don't wait. You do it from series to series because drives like that, the end with a turnover, that's multiple times they picked him up already in this opening half.
A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
On first down, Willis. Over the middle, he's got Watkins.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to carry the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? Meanwhile, Willis' throw pulled in by Woods. He's exceeded his receiving yards from a week ago, and we're still in the first half. It's a first down. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. Things looking much rosier for them here in week 2. They work with the lead as they've got it 1st and 10. Willis looking to throw on first down. He's going deep for Brown. And he's got it inside the 10. Touchdown, Titans. Marquise Brown, 56 yards. And the Titans take a 3-touchdown lead. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And it makes the score 21-0. There's the Titan kick team as they run up and send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Now the ball comes loose. but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. Offensively, they're just not playing a very... And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Looking here for Smith downfield. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Christian Thornton. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ballgame.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Andrew Booth picks it off. So that potentially an important takeaway here in this second quarter.
Because what it does is give their offense a chance to put a drive together. They've got nothing on the scoreboard so far, so you have to think that they need something before the break. And now they have an opportunity.
And this will be caught by his big wide receiver.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try waiting to the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first half scores.
He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Harold Landry, that is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. This offense continues to shoot themselves in the foot. And here, another sack.
All game long, we've seen missed assignments, which have led to turnovers, sacks. This group has not played well at all here in the first half.
Then complete, right side to Cook. And he'll only get this to the 14 as he'll come up well short of the first down.
Brandon, it certainly looked like they had that play defended well, but it still almost worked. Got it to the running back. He wound up getting really good yardage out of it, but it was 3rd and long, and they were able to rally and stop it before he could get to the marker.
Facing this big first-half deficit, they keep the field goal unit on the sideline. They're going for it. Looking to throw. Knight. Touchdown! Justin Jefferson, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Vikings are on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. It's up, it's good, and that'll cut the lead to 21-7. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And with a 21-7 lead already in their hip pocket, probably not a time to get too creative or inventive here. We'll see. They'll try and set up the screen to Swift. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half.
Cut 19! Madden 60!
To throw again on second down. Willis. He's going deep for Brown. And that is caught at the 10-yard line. And it's a Titans touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown in the final seconds of the first half. And the Titans will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point by Fairbairn out the good. And the lead now with 3 touchdowns at 21. 4 seconds, all that remain here this first half as the kick gets away. Yardage, not that it matters as the final seconds tick away. So we've reached halftime here in Nashville, the Music City, with the Titans out in front. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Vikings set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail it here as we resume play. Kene Nwangwu now out of his end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Amari Hooker. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
And Charles, for this offense, those interception woes they kind of had in the first half have now followed them into the second half. And for this defense, they take advantage, turn that into a big 6.
And that defense is in the spot now. We're thinking about ways to close this game out. As confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
Throwing after the interception. Knight. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
And now here's another interception. Picked up by Caleb Farley.
Well, there's 2 sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball-hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it, and I think about it awfully hard, but also you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player, you have to know the situation.
Throwing again on second down. Willis dancing to his left. This is caught. It's Woods. Touchdown. Robert Woods, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Titans have taken a 5-touchdown lead.
Fairbairn good with the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. There's the Titan kick team as they run up and send this one away.
Nwangwu now from his end zone.
And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. Or win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier.
And my goodness, another interception.
Isaiah Simmons picking it off.
And the Titans are going to take possession of the football. They brought the house that time on the young rookie, maybe a little rattled through the pick.
And you have to be prepared for a lot of pressure as a rookie quarterback because most defensive coordinators are going to test you that way. So when you see that, the ball...
And this is going to be intercepted. Andrew Booth picks it off. And the Vikings are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
Well, with the size of lead that this offense has, I don't think that interception is really going to affect them much. But at least for this defense, something small to hang their hat on.
Yeah, and let's face it, they're not even scoreboard watching anymore, right? They're just...
He's got a man, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Give him 32 on the play. Operating from the gun. Knight. And now here's another interception. 20. 10. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, what has been a fantastic game for this defense has been rough for this offense, and certainly a signal caller, Charles, that's thrown all these interceptions. Another one there, and this one taken all the way back for the score.
Partner hoping to hold a nice little spot in the post-game highlights to show this run of interceptions and great plays this team has made. They've been on it from snap one.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't want to admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
Over the middle, it's complete.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. Well, the margin on that scoreboard, obviously, for them, it looks daunting. But I don't know, Charles. They're probably not focused on that right now. Maybe just chaining together a positive drive with plays like we just saw, giving themselves something to build on.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. And what they have to be careful of is getting glued to that scoreboard trying to do too much. Because if you do that, you're all but guaranteed to start making mistakes. Just focus on one play at a time and make each one successful.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 30. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. On 1st and 10, Knight. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
I tell you what, it looks like he's shaking off that pick six just fine. It's not just defensive backs that have to have short memories. Quarterbacks utilize that as well. A much more confident throw right there.
On 1st down, Knight. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. They couldn't contain Deshaun Hand that time as he gets home for the sack. A rough couple of weeks for the man under center. 5 sacks last week, 4 now this week. Do you try to design some quicker developing plays if you're an offensive coordinator?
I think you do that. I think you also change his launch point at times. In other words, move your pocket to the right, to the left, roll him out, bootleg him. do some different things so they can't just rely on the fact that he's going to take 3 to 5 steps back in the pocket and line up and throw the football.
Yeah, current formula is not working right now. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. And he's been one of their few bright spots here this afternoon.
And as you pointed out, so far he's gotten his. That's not been the issue at all. But the teammates, the other guys, they've been shut down.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
And the Vikings are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line.
Thought he had the pick. Flag comes in for PI, so cancel it out.
Interference. Oh, a killer for them. Thought they had a nice play. Instead, they'll be marching off yardage against them.
So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty. 1st and goal. Operating from the gun. Knight. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. And that one really pushes him back. A loss of 9. And now it's 3rd and goal after the sack. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
On 4th down, Knight. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. He couldn't get the ball away on 4th and goal. And as a result, it'll be Titan football on the turnover on downs. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, of course, in a quarterback, the number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this 3rd quarter. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. 3rd down, it's Willis.
Under pressure, and they got to him again. Samson Abukum providing a little deja vu, back-to-back sacks, and now they're staring at a 4th and long. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now.
Operating from the gun. Knight.
That's complete to Chandler on the check down. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown.
And my goodness, another interception.
Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And the Titans will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. Another great play defensively. They've been sharp on both sides of the ball, Charles, but that interception means that this defense will very well keep them down to single digits on the scoreboard in this game.
And that's certainly something to smile about, isn't it, partner, if you're on defense? Because your goal every game is to pitch a shutout, but you and I both know that's pretty unrealistic. But to hold a team below double figures in a game, in an NFL game, that's certainly something to take pride in.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the fourth quarter.
Now Willis on 1st and 10. And that's out to the flat for Swift.
And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. That's a first down pickup for Tennessee on a gain of 10.
Well, there's absolutely been no stopping this offense today. They already have the big lead, obviously. Here in the fourth quarter, they could coast to the end, but right now they're not passing up any chances to put up some garbage time yardage.
And, partner, why would they? Because who knows the next time you'll be playing as well as you have today. When you're in that zone, you go ahead and take full advantage of it. You don't worry about your opponent. You just worry about what you're doing.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Swift going to try up the middle. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12.
Tackle there by Lewis Seen.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
They go play action with Willis.
And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
Well, at this juncture, CD, you normally see teams pack in the passing game. They've got the huge lead. Not them, though. They're still taking their shots.
I remember reading in past history there was a college football coach in the Hall of Fame.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
A loss of 3 on the sack made by multiple defenders.
The kick by Fairbairn is good, and they will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately, not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3, and they've had that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD, but unfortunately...
And he's got it! What a catch on the sideline. A big play there for Minnesota. 46 yards.
Well, we saw this plenty last year in college. He loved to take his shots downfield, and that throw, that was a thing to behold there.
Throwing on 1st down. Knight.
And he's got this to Jefferson.
And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. A very solid gain of 27.
Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
They'll run with Cook. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late, but he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. And it's no good. He missed it wide to the left. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Pulls it in at the 13. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. This has really just been a lopsided affair. What a performance they put on, and now they get the football back here with a big lead in the fourth quarter. You know, in the past, we might be discussing dinner plans, talking about steak and sushi, whatever the case is, CD. This ball game is pretty much well in the books.
Yeah, we really could have started bringing up dinner a long time ago if we wanted to, partner. And I think a few of the guys out in the field already making plans for the evening.
19 tight.
Looking to throw again on second down.
Willis.
And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down.
But their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy, because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit.
And he's going to lose a yard or two, taken down behind the line. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On now is the Titans punter, as he's on here to punt it away. 46 on his first kick, this one in that neighborhood as well. This is taken at the 23. 42-yard punt, 6 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is end the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Titans. So they've got the football, and they'll start right on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. And I don't know that that fumble is going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the fourth. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about, we're going to address this come practice next week, because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help him improve.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
On the go. Mustang 19. Cougar 19. 70 Rangers. 79 Broncos.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Right side complete. That's Woods.
And the Titans are going to have a first and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5. They have been unstoppable this afternoon, Charles. They just went after them from the start, and pass plays like we just saw. They're continuing their dominance here despite the big lead in the fourth quarter.
And that they have in every way. And plays like that across all phases of the game, they've just been effortless for them in this one. And that's what's helped them build such a large lead and allowed them to smile as this game continues.
Ready, set.
Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal.
Right back to the air with Willis.
And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
Things are rocking easy here in the fourth quarter. They've got to feel pretty good about this one. Actually, they've got to feel excellent. Tough loss in the open.
Into it, but psychologically, is there something much bigger about 0-2 than 0-1?
Without a doubt, and here's the biggest one. Guys like you and me, all the media are going to talk about, well, you know how hard it is to make the playoffs when you start 0-2, and that starts to work its way through a team.
And now they're working towards 1-1.
Nuwanger now from his end zone. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. They'll look to throw here on first down. And now here is another interception. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. 1st and 10, Willis
Steps away to his left. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down.
They're still throwing the football here, and obviously the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage to try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. On for the PAT, Kaimi Fairbairn. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. There's the Titan kick team as they run up and send this one away.
No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message? And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Christian Fulton. And the Titans are going to take possession of the football. Yet another mistake after the interception there. Gosh, you look up at the scoreboard. They just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago. And you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in the